11 minutes after 8 o'clock right now, and we're on your side helping you protect your property, your car especially. You know, temperature, it's freezing out there right now, Chris, right? Yeah? Okay, so a lot of you may be tempted to go outside, you turn your car on, you heat it up, and then you go back inside while it's warming up. Well, Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Officer Chris Kopp here with us. That's a bad idea, isn't it, Chris?
Yes, it is.
And tell us why that's a bad idea.
So what we see every year is when the temperatures drop, there's a spike in auto thefts. And reason being is either in a neighborhood, an apartment complex, parking lot, or even at a gas station. You know, people want to warm their cars up and get that ice off their windshield and stuff. But, you know, you start the car up and you run inside. Now you have the keys in the ignition, the car's running. All it takes is a criminal to jump inside and your car's gone.
I have always wondered, though, about that. What, are there crooks just everywhere, just sitting someplace, just waiting for someone to do that? Or is it happenstance that they just, some crook or some guy who doesn't have anything better to do just happens to be walking along, you do this, and they go, I think I'll steal a car. Is it more premeditated or is it more spur of the moment?
Well, when we talk about gas stations, those are more, you know, crimes of opportunity. But it doesn't take much to sit at the end of a road and just look down a street and look for that smoke coming out of an exhaust pipe. I mean, they're easy to tell which cars are running. And that's what they're preying on.
So what you need to do if you're going to warm up your car, you need to sit in it then while it's warming up.
Right. So the city of Charlotte actually has an ordinance against unattended vehicles. So if you leave your car running with the key in the ignition and nobody's inside the vehicle, it's actually a $50 fine here in Charlotte.
Wow.
But then it's even worse because your car insurance companies, a lot of them are not paying out because the owner is assuming some liability and response in you know, keeping their car running with the key in it.
And typically, once the car is stolen, what happens to it?
Well, a bunch of things. You know, and worst case for us is those are the cars that are used in bigger crimes, whether it's a robbery or homicide and stuff like that. So, you know, if we can stop the smaller crimes, hopefully we can prevent some of the bigger ones.
Yeah, how often do we do a story and we report that there's been a chase or there's been a bank robbery or something like that and the crooks were in a stolen vehicle?
Yes.
So this is what we're doing, aiding and abetting. In just the 30 seconds we have left, any other good cold weather advice you can give us in regard to crime?
Well, I mean, going back to the vehicles unattended, I mean, those remote car starters are okay. You know, you can always install those. That way from inside your home, you could start your car, you can warm it up.
And it's locked.
And it's locked. The key's not in the ignition. Nobody can take off with your vehicle. So it's a really good idea. Get those car starters.
Oh, wow. All right. Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Officer Chris Kopp, always good to hear from you, man.
Thank you. Thanks
and he's going to be doing a special race that involves donuts coming up here in a couple of weeks. We'll talk more about that later on. Thanks, Chris, so much. And we'll be back right after this, 14 minutes after 8 o'clock.